Imagine if your phone could only make phone calls. No Instagram, no Spotify, no Uber, no YouTube, no banking, none of it. No games. How many of you think that sounds pretty useless, right? Now imagine Bitcoin as your phone. Bitcoin is incredible at one thing: sending money. Yep. But what if someone asked you, what if blockchain could do more than send money? What if it could run apps, store digital ownership, power games, replace contracts, move billions, billions of dollars without a bank? That is what Ethereum was made to do. And today, we're breaking down one of the most influential technologies ever created. Yo, what's good, everybody? Mr. Arroyo here. This is Blocks and Beyond, the podcast where we break down crypto and Web3 in plain English. Huh, no PhD required. How many of you are grateful for that? Whether you're brand new to crypto or you're trying to understand why everyone is still talking about Ethereum, you're in the right place. Today, we're answering one big question. What the heck is Ethereum? And why is everyone saying it's going to change the internet? Let's dive in. So here's the thing. Most people think Ethereum is just another cryptocurrency. It isn't. In fact, Ethereum isn't trying to compete with Bitcoin. It's trying to build something completely different. Here's the easiest way of thinking about it. You ready? If Bitcoin is digital gold, Ethereum is the digital computer system. Not your laptop, not your phone, a computer that belongs to everyone. A computer that nobody owns, a computer that anyone can build on. That one idea has created an entire ecosystem worth hundreds of billions of dollars. So let's unpack it. You guys ready? All right. So what is Ethereum? Ethereum launched in 2015. It was created by a programmer named Vitalik Buterin. You're like, oh, I did that, right? Oh, yeah, I got that. Who believed blockchain could do so much more than move money. He was a visionary, ahead of his time. And instead of asking, how do we send digital cash? He asked, what if we built a world computer? Think about your smartphone. Developers build apps, right? You download them. The company controls them. You ever had $2 that you owed to like the Apple store and you can't download anything anymore? You guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so Ethereum wanted to flip that model. Developers could build decentralized applications called dApps, right? DApps, dApps. These dApps would run on the blockchain instead of on a company's server. No CEO could control these dApps. No single company could shut them down. Thousands of computers around the world would keep them running. And that's Ethereum. So now, what how do we find out Ethereum's superpower? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. So, Ethereum's superpower is smart contracts. I don't let, I like, when we think of contracts, it's kind of a bad name, but I don't want you to get scared. A smart contract is is code. Think of a vending machine. You put $2 in, you press Coke, you get a soda. No cashier needed. Ethereum works almost that same exact way. If the conditions happen, then this action happens automatically. You don't need a lawyer, you don't need middlemen, you don't need banks, just code. No feelings or emotions involved. These smart contracts on Ethereum power almost everything in Web3. NFTs, they're in there. Smart contracts, crypto games, they're in there. DeFi, smart contracts. Decentralized exchanges, which we'll get into on a later episode. This runs on smart contracts. Ethereum became the foundation for an entirely new internet. Do you understand the power? So, this is where ETH comes in. Okay. Now, when people say, oh, I just bought ETH, I want you to understand why Ethereum has value. ETH is Ethereum's cryptocurrency. Think of ETH as the gasoline that powers Ethereum. Imagine your car, beautiful, purring engine, right? Let's say 8-cylinder powerhouse, but without gas. I'm not talking about Teslas here, guys. I'm not talking about Teslas. I'm talking about a gas car. Okay, bear with me. Without gas, you aren't going anywhere. Ethereum works the same way. Every action on Ethereum requires a small payment called a gas fee. Gas fees pay the computers to keep Ethereum running. As more people build dApps, more people need ETH or Ether. As more users join, more ETH is used. Networks grow. That's why investors pay attention. ETH isn't valuable just because people buy it. It's valuable because people use it. That's the big difference. That's the main difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if Ethereum is everywhere, right? Here's something that might surprise the beginners. If you've never bought Ethereum, you've probably benefited from the projects built on Ethereum. I was around during the NFT collections. I seen the Bored Apes. I seen the mutants. I seen the cats. I seen the monkeys. I seen the dogs. I've seen them all. All the NFTs you could think of. Crypto wallets. If you use Uniswap, if you've used Coinbase, if you use crypto.com, any of these. Decentralized financing. Tokenized assets. Blockchain games. Stable coins. USDC. Tether. Thousands upon thousands of projects exist because Ethereum opened the door. It's become the operating system of Web3. Like Windows for your laptop, or what is it? Mac iOS, Apple iOS? I don't know what it's called. whatever the case it is. Ethereum has helped build decentralized applications. So, one of the big questions that we get, and we're going to have to deal with this today, is Bitcoin versus Ethereum. So, we're going to clear this up once and for all. You guys ready? Okay, so let's get into this. So, Bitcoin asks, how do we build better money? How do we make finance easier? Ethereum asks, how do we build a better internet? Bitcoin focuses on security and scarcity. Ethereum focuses on innovation and applications. Neither is better. They're in two completely different worlds. That's the key. They're solving two different problems. You cannot compare gold and water. They both have changed history. They both are valuable, but in different ways to different people. You understand where I'm going? Bitcoin is not better than Ethereum. Ethereum is not better than Bitcoin. They're on two different railroad tracks, running in two completely different directions. The question that needs to be asked is, am I an investor or am I a programmer? Am I a developer? Am I a real estate agent? All these things, all these internet things, digital things that we need on a daily basis have nothing to compare Bitcoin to it. Two different worlds, guys. Two completely different worlds. So as we wind down on this episode, we have a new segment, which we're going to keep. Is new for this episode, but we're going to keep it, guys. It's the AMA, okay? And this is where we have our social media followers that'll DM us any questions they have, anything they don't understand. So today's question came from one of our followers, and it said, do you think Ethereum will replace Bitcoin? Kind of, I don't know if this is with price or, but anyway, the short answer, probably not. Bitcoin has established itself as digital gold with politics, with investors, with firms, with hedge funds. Everyone who knows cryptocurrency knows Bitcoin as digital gold. Ethereum has become the world's largest smart contract platform. They complement each other, yes, but they cannot compete. There is no way for them to compete with each other. So, okay, I hope that answers it. If not, write me again and we'll jump deeper. It's just kind of open. Why are Ethereum gas fees sometimes so expensive? So, this is personal to me because I've had NFTs where I've paid $2 for an NFT and the gas fees were like $45 or more. So, this is this is personal to me, guys. So, because you're competing, okay? Because you're competing with everyone else using the network space, the price of gas fees has to fluctuate. So imagine Disney World when the park is packed. There's longer waits, right? Ethereum works similar. More users, higher demand, higher fees. That's one reason layer twos which we'll get into in another episode, guys. Don't rip your head off. Okay? Layer 2s are projects that are built on top. This is why they help reduce costs while still benefiting from Ethereum security, right? So now, let me see. I think that's all our questions. I think we answered just those two. Like I said, this is a fairly new one, but yes, start sending those questions in and we'll get to them. All right? You guys ready? You guys ready for the next segment as we wrap this up? All right, you guys know it's time for asset or trash it. So today's spotlight, obviously, we got to look at the Ethereum, right? The ticker for Ethereum is ETH. We spoke about that. It was launched in 2015. I told you the founder, the purpose. Okay, do you need a reminder? The purpose is to power decentralized applications called dApps and smart contracts. Don't forget it. So some of the strengths. It's the largest smart contract ecosystem. Has massive developer community. Picture some of the smartest people in the world working on Ethereum. Has thousands of projects built and growing daily. It's the foundation of decentralized finances, the foundation of NFTs and digital ownership. It's constantly innovating. So now let's look at the risks. High gas fees during heavy usage is a big one. Ethereum can get very expensive to do stuff on this blockchain. I need you to understand that. You have competition from newer blockchains doing things faster, doing things cheaper, layer 2s that are building on top of it. But one thing I always say, which is why put my I put my beliefs in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and Avalanche and the OGs, because if it's broke, don't fix it. You understand me? And none of this is investing advice. I'm not telling you to buy anything. This is do your own researchville. Okay? So when you come here, you taking a hotel room and do your own researchville. All right? So my final verdict, I have to say this is an asset, guys. This is an asset. And it's not because someone promised you're going to get rich, okay? It's not because Justin Bieber flipped an NFT for whatever millions of dollars. It's not what we're talking about. It's not because influencers are saying, "Oh, Ethereum, you have to buy Ethereum." It's not what we're doing. Because Ethereum has become one of the most important pieces of blockchain infrastructure ever created. Whether ETH becomes the dominant blockchain forever, nobody has a crystal ball. But understanding Ethereum today is like understanding the internet in the 90s. You understand what I'm telling you? The people who understand the technology early, those were the people that were prepared for the future. My generation, that came with when there was no internet, when the internet started, no cell phones started, and VR. Oh, don't get me started in VR. Oh, don't get me started. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So don't do it, guys. Don't. So here, as we close this up, here's the biggest takeaway of this episode that I want you to grab. Bitcoin introduced decentralized money. Ethereum introduced decentralized applications. One changed how we think about finances. The other changed how we would think about the internet. If Bitcoin is digital gold, then Ethereum is the computer powering the future of the internet. And here's my challenge for you guys this week. The next time someone says crypto is fake internet money, ask them one question. Have you heard about Ethereum? Because once you understand Ethereum, you realize blockchain isn't just about investing and trading like social media wants you to think. It's about reimagining how the internet works. If you learned something new today, I need you to share this episode with a friend who's curious about crypto. That person who doesn't know where to start. And if you're enjoying Blocks and Beyond, be sure to follow this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Hit us on Instagram. And we're getting a Patreon started, which is going to be member only. Can't wait. So next week, we're tackling one of the biggest beginner questions in crypto. How do crypto wallets actually work? And where is your crypto stored? Trust me, if you're seasoned in crypto or you're a beginner, you don't want to miss that episode. Okay? So that's a wrap. That's a wrap for today. My brain is boiling right now. I just want to say, real talk, thank you. Thank you for being here, trusting me, and building this community with y'all means everything to me. This has been Blocks and Beyond, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.